Stuart Hall reception theory is about the different ways that people react to media. Media producers try to convey their messages by using lighting, fonts, clothing, or music to get their point across. People react differently to media. Their reactions can be influenced by gender, culture, or income. There are three ways people react to media, which are dominant, negotiated, or oppositional. If a person reacts dominantly to the media, it means that they reacted the way the producer intended. They agreed with the message. If a person reacts negotiated, it means that they understood the message, but they didn't agree with the message because of their beliefs. If someone reacts oppositional, they reject the message. They miss the point that the producers tried to convey. The media topic that I chose to evaluate is a TikTok video that I saw by Becca Moore. Becca is sitting in a room doing her makeup while she tells a story about her friend called Stacy, who is dating a guy called Mason. In the story, she explained that Stacy was normally there when Becca was coming home from the bar, so they ended up becoming friends. Becca told Stacy that she wasn't sure if she was exclusive with the guy that she was talking to at the time. Stacy ended up giving Becca some suspicious advice. She said to go on his phone while he was sleeping and add her thumbprint on his phone so that she had unlimited access to his phone, and then to go to the Notes app section to look for his passwords. Becca wasn't sure if she should tell Mason about this. She ended up telling one of her friends that ended up telling Mason about it. Then Mason said that he would cut her off for a week and then ended up texting her the following Saturday asking her to hang out with him. Since Mason decided to give Stacy another chance, Becca believes that girls can be as crazy as they want because in the end the guys will come back to them. In the comments section, I saw lots of girls agreeing with this message and saying comments about how they have done similar situations to this, and basically just telling her good job, to Stacy. And then I saw some guys' comments that said that this would only work if the girl was attractive, which I also thought put an interesting intake on it. I chose to interview three people, Ben, Lisa, and Ruby. I asked each of them 5 questions. What do you think about this situation? Do you think that her decision was ethically right or wrong? How do you feel? Why do you feel that way? What would you do if you were put in this situation? Have you had any similar situations like this in your life? If yes, what was the situation and what did you do? My first interview was with Ben. Ben is 19 years old. He is currently in college to be a physical therapist assistant. He is currently living up on campus with lots of different students. He is single and is dating a couple of people at the time. Ben said that he thinks that people need to have trust in their boyfriend or girlfriend. You don't have to go through their phone to trust them. He said that he wouldn't care as much if he was put in this situation if it was as a joke and his girlfriend was just joking around, didn't mean it, but that he would be really mad if she was serious about it and was concerned about him. He told me that he has nothing to hide, but he would just feel uncomfortable and feel like it was an invasion of privacy. He also told me that he has had a similar situation to this. Loria, his ex, went through his phone and went on different apps and stuff for no reason. He didn't have anything to hide, but he just thought it was an invasion of privacy. He has an oppositional point of view. He didn't understand why anyone would even want to go through someone else's phone. Since he was a guy watching this video, he found it odd that girls would think about going through their boyfriend's phone. The second person I interviewed was Lisa. She is 54 years old and is married and has 2 kids. She works in human resources. Lisa thought it was an invasion of privacy. She said that if she were in the friend's position, she would let Mason know that his girlfriend could get into his phone and all of his apps while he was sleeping. Lisa told me that she has had a similar situation where her niece was going through a divorce and needed some time away from her husband. So she dropped off their phones at Lisa's house and left for Oregon. Since there were tracking apps on their phones, and that's why they had to leave the phones at her house. And Lisa thought that the tracking apps, that wasn't good. She doesn't like them, and she just thinks that they're too invasive. And then she said that the husband tried to call Lisa, and she told him that they were at her house but had left somewhere at the moment. Lisa's point of view was negotiated. She understood why Stacy would go through his phone, but she didn't support that. I think since Lisa is 54 and has been through different situations, she knows it's best to trust your boyfriend/girlfriend. And if you have a concern or have a conversation about it instead of jumping to conclusions. The third person I interviewed was Ruby. She is 19 years old and she is a teacher's assistant. She is currently living with her grandparents and has a boyfriend. Ruby thought that the girl should go through his phone and that it was a smart idea. She told me that she checked some of her previous boyfriend's phones when they had left the room. Ruby's point of view was dominant. She agreed with the message of the video. I think since she is a girl and she is young, she is more likely to agree with the message of the video. These interviews went the way I was expecting them to. I think that age and gender both had an impact on the point of views of everybody I interviewed. Lisa and Ruby both understood the point of the video, but Ben didn't understand why anyone would go through someone's phone. I think Ruby, since Ruby is younger, she hasn't had enough experiences and is okay with looking through someone else's phone and doesn't think that there are any problems with that. I think since Lisa is older and has had some more experiences with this, she knows that it is ethically wrong to go through somebody else's phone without permission. Anyways, those are my thoughts.